He hasn't been to the football in a while. That's what it is.
That's probably why he's getting a bit aggy.
He needs to crack someone in the head.
Okay, bro. Yeah. Do you want the microphones as well? Is this too? Do you want the microphones and the camera as well? Like, I mean, that's a bit too. Should we go to the pub and not film any of this?
I don't see why you have to have a laptop. I just don't get it.
Because that's what the words.
Look at it.
We don't have to do any of this, Charlie. You realise that? Hello and welcome to Union of Scum, the podcast that delves deep into the sweaty crevices of UK culture, whether it's 90s television gungings, why some people have chips for every meal, rural dogging hotspots or haunted car washes. We celebrate all of it. And who better to put on a digital diving bell and submerge themselves into the murkiest aspects of dear old Blighty than some of the worst people it's ever produced? Comedians. I'm Darren J. Coles and I'm joined by Charlie Webster and Paul Hilleard. What?
Tremendous.
Yeah, lovely. Nice intro, man. Like that.
Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot.
How's everyone?
It was all right. I was doing pretty well.
How was
up
everyone's
until
weeks?
about 30 seconds ago.
My week was good. You need this closer to you, but it's just like
whoa, easy,
easy
boy.
Pull him to you.
Yeah. I can't see your face though, Paul.
That's all right. You don't need to see my. You know what
Hear
I look like.
our voices. Doesn't trust technology, obviously.
It's nice. It's nice to see people's faces. Do you know what I mean? So seeing shards of metal. Do you know what I mean? Like, here we go.
Have you ever worked in a factory?
Yes, I have actually. Yeah.
What sort of factory?
What did you do?
It was a filing cabinet factory one summer.
You made filing cabinets.
Well, I helped make filing cabinets. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It was all a metal filing cabinets, and it was fucking really, really hot factory. Mostly full of Polish people and Lithuanians.
Which is okay.
Just
That's
not
absolutely
just
fine.
saying there's a lot of people there.
Absolutely fine.
And there was a lot of lifers there who had been there for clearly like 40 years, and they all had humps in the back. And
I like the idea that at the end of every shift they all climbed into one of the drawers and went night night.
Night, Clive. Yeah, it was a really quite hot summer that year, and I managed to lose quite a lot of weight working there because it was just fucking so hot in there.
Really?
How old were you roughly? Is this like teenage years or
21, 22? And I'd eat my lunch at like 10 a.m. because I was so fucking hungry because I was doing so much physical labour.
Wow, what? And doing filing it? Well, were you just like taking big sheets of metal and cutting them
up?
up?
Come on like hooks and you just like put them down, put them on a pile, and then like put them on other bits. It was just,
like Eminem in 8 Mile.
Is that what he does? Does he start off in filing cabinets?
Well, he's sort of. He's his car factory, innit? Because he was in.
Right, so not filing cabinets.
But he was like, when you
similar. It's in a factory. There's people. There's metal.
Yeah,
I'd love that if that was the beginning of 8 Mile.
I nearly had a fight with an old man working there because he was Scottish and he just didn't like me for whatever reason. And
he's probably had reasons. Yeah.
No, it was a very quick anger to me. I don't know why.
Because you're English.
Well, yeah, maybe.
He's Scottish.
Yeah, well,
ancient rivalry, mate.
But yeah, he was quite old, and he what does he say to me? He goes, I don't trust Channel 4. That's what he said to me.
Okay.
I don't watch Channel. I can't do the Scottish accent. But he was like,
I don't trust Channel 4.
Channel 4. Don't watch it.
And
I was like, all right.
You're like, I love Channel 4.
You're just like, well, I'll have you know, mate. I was raised on Eurotrash. All right, son. You got a problem with Channel 4, you got a problem with me.
But yeah, he was a really odd guy. I think I threatened to punch him in the face. I think maybe, but I felt bad afterwards. He just said to me and I just reacted to him.
Yeah.
You'd already eaten all your food. It was 11 o'clock. And he was on your ass.
You were starving.
Telling you how Chris Evans doesn't know shit. And you're like, I'll fucking rip your head off. You can't.
It's something about like threatening elderly people, which I find, I struggle with. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you struggle to do it or struggle to not do it?
I've lost it a couple of times that people are older and I always feel really bad about it. Afterwards.
Yeah, do you remember that time we were in that pub?
Oh, and I threatened that old guy.
Yeah, me and Charlie were in a Weatherspoons. This is all very on brand with the podcast. We were in a Weatherspoons. Me and Charlie, we went through a 6-month phase, I want to say, where we were going to this. We were going to this Weatherspoons like 3. Well, I'm sure at one point we went 4 times a week. We always went for food. I remember they did. I would always have the Texan burger, which is basically a double stacked burger, double stacked veggie burger with a nice ladle full of veggie, like mince, like chili, drizzled in there. So that burger was disintegrating
on a
fast.
big stick. Big stick.
No, I don't think there was any stick
sticks?
holding it in place. It was just, it was like a tectonic plate. It was just constantly shifting, and you had to eat it. You had to eat it quick. and we were going there like all the time. And
I had a chicken stack.
You had the chicken stack,
I had a chicken stack, and they had molten like sort of like yellow like cheese sauce like running through it, which was fucking boiling.
It was meaty,
and it would disintegrate. The burger would just fall apart in your hands by the end. You just
you'd always have to like, you don't like, I've seen people like cut into a burger with a knife and fork, which I think is monstrous. You have to eat it, and you just try and squeeze it. My mate Dan used to eat like this, and he'd try and get his mouth on it. His head would shake because he was trying to get his mouth around this burger. Anyway, we were there one time, pretty early doors. I think we were there about like lunchtime. We used to go, and we went in there, and there was no one at the bar. There was me, Charlie, and this other dude, this older guy. And I went to the bar first, and the woman sort of, came out and sort of looked at us all as if to say, "Who's next, gents?" And I kind of went, think me. And anyway, she came up to me and started serving me. And then this old guy came round. He was just like a barfly, went there all the time. And he came up to me and he was like, "I think you'll find I was next." Like that. And I went, "Oh, sorry, mate." Like, and he was like, "I was next." And then Charlie immediately just got in and he was like, "Oh, what, you upset you didn't get served first, did you, mate? Yeah, drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning, are you? Yeah, oh yeah, off your fuck, go on, mate, off your trot." Yeah. And this guy was just clearly quite rattled, because I don't think he'd expected any shit from us. And I remember as he got his pint, Charlie, you kept saying, "Off you trot." You're going, "Off you trot, mate, back to your table on your own, drinking on your own, off you trot."
The story makes it sound like I was just bullying an elderly person, but he really was a rude bastard.
Yeah, he was being
got into Darren's face quite
needlessly aggro.
Yeah,
and this is how many years ago?
Oh, about 7 years. Oh
yeah.
So you would have been wearing a dress, probably, fingernails paint,
just for context for people listening. Sometimes I wear a dress when I'm on stage, or I did. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm not gonna like make it into an identity or part of my personality. I'm a pervert. And I like wearing things like that outside. No, I was fairly hetero, just fairly het.
But even when you're dressed hetero, you look like
there's something fruity about me for sure. Whereas Charlie, this
the wildebeest,
this meatball over here was.
I stepped in to Darren because I like
he defended my honour.
I defended his honour like a
husband,
like a husband at like a barbecue.
Yeah.
Someone offended my wife, basically.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what. After that, we had some of the best sex we've ever had that night.
But yeah, I really. I felt bad about that as well, but he deserved it.
Yeah, he was an arsehole. So I want to talk about the history of television gungings. Okay. So for me, gunge was definitely like a very 90s children's television. Gunge was pretty prominent. Like if I was to cast back and think about what kind of materials I would think of, what kind of textures, it would be, floppy bread, sandwiches, like that wafer thin turkey. You used to get like a cylinder of it and you just peel off the top and put it in a sandwich, and it would be gunge. I remember gunge being quite prominent because there's a bit of an age difference between us and Paul. Paul, was gunge a prominent feature?
Get your own back.
Yeah, Get Your Own Back was the classic one. Yeah.
The Dick and Ant and Dec, I remember, had a TV show.
I think they all dabbled in gunge at one
point. There was always someone getting gunge. But yeah, Get Your Own Back was the big one where you would get an adult that had wronged you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
crank you up.
Because there was that one, I think at the beginning, it was like, it was like your favourite music teacher or something. But I remember by the end, I'm pretty sure there was one where like they dunked like a child molester.
Did they?
They should have all been really. That should have been the first part of
part of the prisons. Part of the prison system. It's like, right, we're gonna publicly gunge them.
Because instead of the actual gun, there should be some sort of corrosive substance in there as well. Do you know what I mean? So they get disfigured, but they don't realise. They think it's just fun. And then they're in there for a good 30 seconds, and they realise it's burning.
Yeah, they can feel the flesh peeling off their skin. Yeah.
That is how you would get a nonce, though. You're going to be on a TV show. You're going to be surrounded by kids,
by children.
I know what. And I just need to get gunged, is it? Yeah. I think that's a smart way. Chemical.
But what? So I've been looking. There's a Wikipedia page, and it is like all on gunging. And I picked out some quite funny phrases here where it says, "While gunge mostly appears on television, it can also be used as a fundraising tool for charities, youth, and religious groups." People often, I think, overlook the religious, the religious ramifications of gunge. Like, I think, personally, like, communion would be a lot more fun if instead of wine, they just dumped some gunge over your head.
Make people like a drink pint of gun.
Yeah, maybe not drink it, but maybe just like the priest just tips it over your head, and now this is the body of Christ. This is I don't know what it would be. The
for
mucus
kids who
of
are
Christ.
like really into sci-fi and like, I love Star Wars, and their parents are like big Christians and like, come on, do it, and they're just like, I don't want to get wet, and then they gunge you. Can you get like what is it called? Holy water, holy gunge?
You could probably bless gunge, I reckon.
Could you bless any liquid?
So, Nietzsche, if anyone from the Vatican is listening, if you want to appeal to younger children, you want to get them into the good word of the Lord, then yeah, maybe sell blessed gunge.
Yeah. I don't think there's been any religious link to gunging ever. I can't imagine the church or
That's why it's dying.
Yeah, that's why church attendance is.
I can't imagine the mosque getting involved in gunge. I mean, I can't imagine anyone really from any religious sector getting involved in gunge. I think that's absolute bollocks.
The call for gunge. What's that noise? It's the call for gunge.
It's the call for gunge. Yeah.
I can't imagine a vicar going, "Oh, we're going to gunge this boy." I just can't see that.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, dunking a young boy in viscous fluid. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, personal fluid.
Personal fluid. I've got a vat here of personal fluid.
It's not loads of it. It's only maybe a spurt.
If you want to step into the confession booth and it's just got a trap door on the bottom, and
instead of a lovely joyous colour, it's more of a kind of like see-through-y sort of like whitish.
Whitish, because that's holy. That's a holy colour. It's pure. I'm going to purify you, son. That's right. Get your head under. What do you want to know the origins of gunge? This is quite hilarious.
Yeah,
wait.
The original.
Have a guess.
Mate, if you're going to keep bringing up the laptop, you're going to really ruin the podcast.
I like it.
This is where Charlie tanks his own podcast. The original idea had been to dump a barrel of food leftovers on a young boy chained in a dungeon. Before it could be used, the content of the barrel had turned green with mould, but they still tipped all the food leftovers on his head anyway, and that became like a regular feature in the show. This was like in a Canadian television show. It's almost like a version
80s?
of Get Your Own Back. This was like 60s? Like the 1960s.
So it was just rotting mulch.
It was just rotting mulch, and they tipped it over a young boy's head. Oh no, this was the... Oh no, sorry, my mistake. This was the 80s, yeah. So this was the 80s, and they just poured rotten food over a boy's head, and they went, right, we'll do that again every week. But
seems quite cruel, really, doesn't it?
It is quite cruel.
There's a sexual element to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, man. It all depends on in the eye of the beholder, I guess. I hadn't thought of that.
It seems a bit degrading, doesn't it?
Yeah, and if you're into that,
why not?
Sploshing, that's what the fetish. That's what the fetish version.
That's the fetishization of gunging, isn't it?
Yeah, sploshing.
Splosh? What's a splosh? No.
It's like when you get custard and stuff.
I'm not as fucking...
No, it's basically gunging for adults, basically. But I think there's a bit of foreplay involved.
For the listeners at home, Charlie's currently doing like a finger banging motion.
You've got a camera as well, man. That's a big
yeah, but that's going to be clipped out, mate. I don't think you understand the technological aspect of this podcast, but
So sploshing is a kink.
Yeah, man. It's a fetish. It's basically when people.
It's like they get like dunked in custard and stuff like that.
It's more linked to food.
They'll fill like a hot tub full of custard, and they get like a prostitute to kind of just dunk you in it. And
where did you learn about this?
Or a willing lady. Do you know what I mean?
A willing lady who's just just knows happy
sploshing.
to. Yeah, where do we hear from? Well, Charlie and I are the treasurers of the UK sploshing society, and we're just looking to promote the good word of.
You've just met Mr. Splosh 2005. Do you know what I mean? Hello there.
I came runner up. I was close, but the fluid. I just used ambrosia. It wasn't proper custard.
So neither of you are properly into sploshing, eh?
No.
But if you had to be, what would be your item or
my fluid?
What would be your fluid?
The fluid of choice.
Does it have to be
something sweet? I would say something sweet and like
jelly,
not bits.
That's what I was thinking.
No bits. Do you know what I mean? Just like so it's easy to
just
wash.
Pure.
So you would more like a like a liquid substance that congeals together.
Yeah, I wouldn't want like.
You wouldn't mushy peas or anything.
I wouldn't want beans or like a fucking like a casserole on me or something like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to find bits of like onion in my fucking beard.
You wouldn't want to find you wouldn't want to find
carrot up my nose. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you wouldn't want to find a garden pea under your foreskin after 3 weeks, would you?
You just in a hot tub of stew would be a fucking sight, man.
That would be a sight. And I'm for one. When we get a Patreon, it might be worth something for the high end donations. In obviously, like you had. There were various world record attempts to gunge the most people. Can we guess where the gunging was done in the UK? Can we guess how many gallons of gunge were used? And can we guess how many people were gunged? So where in the UK they tried this Guinness Book of World Record for the most people gunged? What city?
Was it English?
I reckon it was London.
It was English. I think Scum, yeah.
Coventry.
Close.
Was it like Hartlepool or something like that?
No, it was Birmingham.
Okay.
Birmingham.
Was it in was it in Birmingham Arena? What's it called?
It was in
like a conference centre.
It was in the National Exhibition Centre.
That's what. Yeah.
Is that the I've never seen.
It's like a big conference centre. They have a big weird.
Is that where they used to film Gladiator?
I don't know. They do like
with Wolf and that.
Oh, that one. I thought you meant the Russell Crowe version. I was like, did they use that much green screen? Do you know what? Most see those Colosseum there, Birmingham. That is, which would make sense. Most of it's a fucking building site.
They just have big conferences there. That's all they do.
Oh, okay.
It's like a big national centre.
And gunging.
But I'd imagine it's a sort of like location. I imagine mass gunging to take place.
Yeah. Well, do you want to guess how many gallons of gunge were used, and over how many people?
World record, right?
World record, yeah.
All in one day.
Let's guess the amount of people first. I think that's probably.
200.
200 from Charlie Webster. Paul?
I'm going to go high. I'm going to say 3,000.
Well, somewhere in the middle. I think Charlie's close to 731 people.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't seem like much of a great record, but I guess like all that, they used 184 gallons of gunge.
Do you know what I reckon they did? I reckon they... got a load of...
He's got the laptop, and you're like, this is history, I reckon.
So you're not making fun of the laptop now, are we, boys? We've got these facts banging out, yeah?
I reckon they had a load of, like, JCBs, right? Just fucking buckets, buckets of gunge in there. And then they just fucking let loose.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Unless they had a big hot air balloon full of gunge and they popped it down.
That's potential. Or maybe like fired it out of a hose. Fired it out of a fireman's hose.
Did you know how they got... How did they dispense
No, that's all the information I know.
Oh, you didn't know about
that was it.
Oh, I never know.
Yeah, but I thought, wouldn't it be great to let our imaginations just run wild? It's kind of what this podcast should be about, guys. It's like a launching point. I'm sitting there going, and how they distributed the guns was they used fire hoses. Okay, that's the end of that section.
Oh, I thought you had the...
I just thought it'd be... No, but I thought wouldn't it be like,
Oh, that's not... okay.
Do you like...
I think tarpaulin. Like a big... when someone...
Sorry. Could you want to say that again, Paul, properly? Considering your name is in that word, it's quite... Like,
tarpaulin.
Paul. You said tarpaulin.
Oh, did I? I said Paul. Tarpaulin? Tarpaulin.
That's tarp... You
said tarpaulin for sure.
It's not... It's tarpaulin.
You know what I meant. The big blue sheet.
I did pull you up on it, Paul.
What about if they dropped, that was covered and then
they just dropped it. But I wonder the impact of that. Imagine you died in that event. Imagine you died and
gunged to death.
Yeah, you got gunged to death. Because it's quite, like I said, it's quite viscous. It's like quicksand. Imagine like...
Have you been gunged before? How do you know? Because this is you gunge.
I've been sploshed, but I've never been... No, I've never been gunged, actually. Have either of you been gunged?
No, I've oil and
haven't
stuff.
had the pleasures.
Have you been oiled up, have you?
Oh, yeah.
Sex game, sure.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Little oily and, neuro... You know what I like? I like...
Oh, God. Oh, here we go.
I like Nuru. N-U-R-U.
What is that? What's that code for? What's that street slang for?
It's like Japanese, naked, oily massaging when you rub up on each other like that. That's nice.
Wow.
You got to heat you got to heat it up though. You got to heat the oil because it's like special. It's gungy oil. I'll be honest. It's not like baby oil where it'll like absorb into your skin. This shit is sort of like he's got a mind of his own, a bit flubbery, but not too much.
And what young gentleman will be oiling you up of a Tuesday?
You also have to have a special bed for it. So you have to buy like an air mattress, but it's like a special kind of.
So you're doing this at home?
Hotel room.
Travel lodge.
Okay, if I could, just for the purposes of research, can I get the full? What is the name of this?
It's just called like the Harbour Hotel in Bristol.
Okay, Bristol.
It's
regular.
Of course.
Yeah.
Regular fuckhorns. Right?
Come in, Mr. Hilleard. We've got the suite.
Miss Hilly, we noticed it was called for its oiling stage around pools in certain areas.
Mr. Hilleard, we've got the oiling station ready for you, sir. If I could just have your loyalty card, 10th one's free.
I've only done it the once, and I'll be honest. The reason I know that you now have to heat it up is because we didn't heat it up the first time, and it sort of starts drying to you, and then it becomes that uncomfortable. You know, when your skin starts sticking to like an inflatable chair, and you have to like peel it off.
Who are you doing this with?
Just a lady.
Sexual partner, mate.
Just a lady. Just a lady. Yeah.
For the benefit of any court case, she cannot be named. Yeah, so that's that. I mean, I think we
sounds like sploshing, actually. Really,
it does sound not too.
It's not too far
sensual sploshing, more sensual.
Yeah,
I'm a sensual guy. I'm not into the whole rough and tumble.
I've heard of like I've got 1 foot in the I did have 1 foot in the polyamory community, and I know a lot of those guys like they like to put a tarp down, and it's not called sploshing. It's called something worse, and it's basically a bunch of people. They just get on. It's like all part of sensory play, because as we all know, a lot of we got a lot of tisms in the poly community, and they all just basically, you sort of get naked or strip down to your bra and pants or whatever, and they just get a big tarp that's all sludgy, and they just slip and slide about and sort of writhe around on each other.
Like a big slip and slide.
Yeah,
big
like
naked slip and slide.
Yeah.
Were you part of this, or you just been?
I've never done it. I've just heard. I've heard
of poly community.
In the poly tunnel.
That sounds a lot like the Neuro. Sounds like the Nuri or Nuru.
Nuri.
It's the same shit that I would do.
Seaweed. Sheets of seaweed.
Just type it into Google and you get.
No, absolutely not. I'm never going to do that, Paul.
It's very sensual, but it sounds very similar to what that is. But it's just you and your partner, as opposed to a gang of you.
A gang of strangers.
Yeah. Gang of stinking strangers.
Yeah, I'd be squirting some biosan in amongst that, just to clean it, just to make it a bit more. Yeah, so that's pretty much. I think we've.
That's very good.
Covered a lot of gunging. I think by the end of the 90s, I think it actually says in the Wikipedia history that by the end of the 90s, like, gunging is less prominent now. Like, I don't really see gunging anymore on television. Really.
No, I haven't seen much gunging for a while.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll make a comeback like mullets?
Potentially, but I wonder, is there any kind of like, is it against any health and safety or something like that? Do you know
as long as it's not toxic, I imagine.
As long as you keep your mouth shut. Yeah.
What do they make gunja?
I think I was looking it up. They make it out of like they tried loads of different things. They tried cottage cheese at one point, which I can't imagine anything more disgusting than being submerging cottage. But it's probably like corn flour. Yeah, I reckon, with like water, because that gets quite like sticky and viscous, and they just put a bit of colouring in it.
Yeah, maybe it was just too expensive, and we don't have the budget. The BBC don't have the budget anymore for like because it was like a big old pool of gunge.
It was, it was big. And then how are you keeping that? Do you know what I mean? They freeze it.
Like not reusing it, are they? Do you know what I mean? It's not old gunge. It's not second-hand gunge.
That's the thing.
Can you imagine getting up and you just got to pull a pube out your mouth? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Or plaster like that. Or couple of buttons.
One of those Veruca plasters in your mouth. Oh, Jesus, I'm never coming on Get Your Own back again.
Half a sandwich. Someone's been grazing in the gunge again.
Grazing in the gunge.
The gaffer's been just sitting in the gunge on his lunch break.
Cocktail sausage floating about on the top.
Yeah, because maybe it's like because they can't reuse it and they can't get rid of it. Maybe it's like toxic waste, and they have to like dig a hole, and they're just like
they have to fire it into the sun.
This is the reason all the grey squirrels are dying. It's just because of the gunge.
I reckon they make it thin enough so they can just put it down a drain. I reckon it goes straight under the drain. Yeah.
But then on your word, it's going to create like a gungy fatberg.
Yeah. Oh, those
in the sewers.
Could you boys work in a sewage? Would you mind?
Like, I would mind working.
Yeah, I definitely have moral.
Apparently, it shaves off like 10 years of your life if you work in the sewers.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, because you're inhaling.
Well, inhaling with shit, aren't you?
You're inhaling human shit, yeah.
So, like, yeah, I reckon.
Did they get paid well?
I imagine they're getting paid. Okay.
Yeah, I would have thought you got paid handsomely for that kind of job. Yeah,
but probably not enough to shave 10 years off your life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no.
See, I kind of don't like. Same with like bin men. I've always thought I wouldn't mind that job really.
I could see you doing that. Sure.
If I wasn't trying to chase this fucking fallacy of a dream,
yeah,
I'd be like, yeah, give me the shit jobs. I don't mind. Yeah, stinks. Put a peg on your nose.
I think bin men get paid. Bin men get paid all right from memory. I think they get paid in okay.
Not in Birmingham, they don't. Fucking strikes are on, isn't it? I'm not paying them anything.
But
yeah, and all the guns you have to get rid of after the world record.
It looks quite fun being a man. They just do a lot of running about. I don't know. It looks quite.
It used to be.
Physical.
I mean, I know. Like sometimes you see them like surfing on the back of it, and then,
fun.
That looks
really fun.
Yeah. But I think they've taken that away now as well.
Oh, really?
No more surfing.
Yeah. So now the lads just got to chase after.
Another of life's wonderful pleasures ruined by meddling bureaucracy, isn't it?
It looks like it's done early though. It looks like you start at sort of 6, end by 2, bang in the pub. Do you know what I mean? Like
when you said you start at 6, I thought you meant 6 years old. It's like a chimney sweep. You start at 6. You're just hauling those little food waste bags first, and then eventually you graduate up recycling, and then eventually you're on the black bin bags.
Jack Saunders-Jones. That's a lad I went to school with, primary school, year below me. His dad was a bin man, and I remember one day he brought in just all these books that his dad had found in the bin. And
that's funny.
That was our year 3 and year 4 class.
Really?
It was just like everyone look through these bin bags.
What were they?
Wet, congealed. Some of them you would be like a teacher would find you with one and go, yeah, we're going to take that one. I remember at the end, it probably was only about 10 minutes of us rummaging through them, but they were there for a little bit, and then the teacher said we're going to get rid of these.
What were they books on?
They were just like kids' books, like rabbits and shit, and it was just
Enid Blyton or something.
Yeah, it was just like, what the fuck is this? But you're a kid, so you're like looking at it, and I remember the teacher was like, yeah, we're taking these away, and then Jack kicked off because he was like, my dad brought them, they're mine, you can't get rid of them. I was like, it's got guns, human guns all over them.
Like reading the famous 5 of the Enchanted Tree, and then the secret at the end is that there's a condom pressed into the final page. Used condom. Wow. Oh well, God bless. If he's listening, call in.
Shout out, Jack. Jack Saunders-Jones.
Saunders-Jones, call in. And have you still got those books with you? Is your father still alive?
Yeah, maybe ask that question first.
What, is your father still alive? Yeah. Is your dad still alive? Can you? Yeah.
Can you get us any more books, mate? That's.
Yeah. Is he still
surfing? Is he still surfing in 60s?
Is he still cruising on the dumpster? You know.
Old Nelly. Old Nelly. Old Rusty Nelly.
There's a guy that died recently that you've had a close relationship with, Mikey Malice.
Oh yeah, he died.
Who's this? I don't know anything about this.
You don't know what? So Mikey Malice is just a bald-headed man, I think from Essex, London, and he rose to fame about a year, maybe 2 years ago, where he would just talk to his phone, and post it onto Instagram, where talking about how he's on cocaine and he's about to get a brass, which is a prostitute.
Yes.
And he did this so frequently that he eventually got banned from his Marriott hotel, the local one that he would use so much, because he ended up with 100,000 followers on Instagram watching him. He's a bit
watching him having sex.
Well, you would watch him who build up and lead up.
Right. The build up and the decrescendo.
He also had a mobility scooter and was like, there was something going on wrong with him. Like, he had some sort of disability. Yeah. But he didn't give a fuck to the old menace, Mikey Malice.
He lived very free, like he lived like he danced like no one was watching.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
He rode his mobility scooter, certainly not like the DWP were watching.
Oh, not at all. He's just constantly angry as well. But he's
got to live up to his namesake, Mikey the Menace. Like,
but that's it. It was like that sort of. When you see the local nutter.
Oh yeah,
we're from the valleys. Football, there's that level of like, even when they're happy, it feels like they're fucking raging. He had that sort of vibe to him,
just
constantly,
intense, 24/7.
Oh yeah, and I didn't realize he was in a mobility scooter until I saw some of the memorial pictures, and he had like a Zimmer frame and shit, and everyone's like, I think it's crowded around him.
You just thought it was like a really souped up skateboard?
Well, he was always just in his car, really. Whenever I saw him,
or
in a
saw
hotel,
him from like a mid shot, from the chest up.
I just feel sorry for the prostitutes that had to have sex with him. Do you know what I mean? Because he had a real stinking attitude, and he was clearly.
I'll be honest though, I think it's an occupational hazard if you're a sex worker that you're going to get with some guys who don't have the best outlook on life.
Yeah.
I think you go into that gig going, okay, they're not all going to look like John Stamos. They're not all going to have 6-pack abs and, practice aftercare,
Yeah.
They're basically not all ththese Johns are going to heat up the oil
no,
before you apply it to my naked body.
No, just a little.
Yeah, they're going to be drinking the oil or something. You know what I mean? Like, he was a loose guy. He didn't care. He was But yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He died, didn't he? This week he died.
I think he died. Well, he was bashing cocaine constantly.
And he had health problems.
So. And it was there's so many of these like online characters. So you're like, this
back
is
in the day, they would have
amazing.
just been local oddballs. Whereas, the beauty of the internet,
the spectrum.
It can facilitate these characters and give them, give them an audience that they should never have had.
Now the local lunatic, oddball freak has got merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got mouse mats. Got a name on it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's bananas. Like.
They got pencil cases. Do you know what I mean? Like,
they open your local leisure centre.
Yeah, it's Safeway. You knew Safeway. They fucking open. Do you know what I mean? Is Safeway a thing anymore? It's not, is it?
No, I don't think so.
No. I don't know if it's for the better or worse. I mean, like, you're making your money.
We had a guy, the one near where I'm from in Beddau in the valleys. There was a guy called Kinder.
Bueno.
And he was full of surprises.
There you go.
By that I mean he was severely schizophrenic, and he was one of those guys. Like you had the story about the guy who, do you know he once did an acid trip and he never came back. It's a classic one where he's actually just had really bad mental health. But the rumor about him was he dropped acid and wrapped his mother in a mattress and pushed her out the window. That was the myth. And I encountered him a few times, and like you said, there were a few times he was on an even keel, and he was the kind of usually accompanied by someone, probably a support worker. But then other times he's obviously off his meds and just going absolute rogue. He once, my best friend in school, Gareth, he once saw him just roving about, and he had a big stick, and he was just wielding this big stick around his head, and he saw my friend. He went, "Oi, you! You're a gaylord," and my friend went, "Oh, no," and he ran away, and he just chased him with his big stick, saying, "Come back here, gaylord!" like that. And now he's probably got 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, and he's got fucking mouse mats galore in a lockup somewhere.
He was very big on Vine for a while. He wasn't.
Was he a grown man, this guy?
Yeah, he was a grown man. Yeah.
So he chased a small boy with a stick.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Again, Charlie, I don't know if I skimmed over the mental health aspect of his life.
No, I know. I remember that part. I just the visions of even mentally unwell. He'd be, I just think that's strange. He would chase a boy.
I think he probably didn't see him as a young boy. He probably saw him as his father, or
he saw him as a gay lord, and he was coming with his stick. He was like, "I want to be a lord.
Yeah, he was.
If I kill this man,
he was a peasant.
I'll have a crown."
Yeah, he was a gay peasant, rising up against the gay lords, overthrowing the gay aristocracy at last. Charles, to round off this episode.
Do you know, I was looking at, I was just Googling British traditions and what British people are famous for the other day on Wikipedia, and it was a long list of stuff which is pretty predictable, binge drinking, blah blah, football hooliganism. But one of them said unrelenting negativity.
I would agree with that.
And it was basically the British people are unrelentingly negative about not only themselves but the country they live in.
Well, we're famously very it's sort of we're told in this country that don't get ideas above your station. Don't kind of. I think American culture's slightly changed that slightly now. We've kind of adopted some of that. Yeah, you can go out there achieve your dreams. But I don't think many people in this country.
That's what the fucking lunatics are doing now. The lunatics are going, yeah, I can achieve it.
Yeah.
I've got mouse mats. I do cocaine and I fuck prostitutes. I'm going to chase someone with a big stick, call him Gaylord. I could have my face on a t-shirt. You know, it's like, we are becoming more Americanized thanks to social media.
Yeah.
Do you think we are a negative country? I mean, I think we are. I think we've got a...
No, we're fucking not.
I think we've got every right to be negative right now because the country is in fucking pile of shit. But yeah, I don't know. I think we do like to moan.
I think you can only know how negative you are when you come up against people from other countries. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember I went to Stockholm went by myself, and there was I met a guy. I was in a hostel and I was just meeting all these different people, and I met this guy there who was like American, and he was I found out he was like pro-Trump, but he's very like frat boyish, you know, like he'd go, come on, like the only thing that bonded us was that we wanted to get hammered together. We had when we left, I remember when we left each other, there was no exchanging of emails or details. Like we both knew, like, there's no way I ever want to get into, I can't even remember his name. I'm going to say he was like Chad. He's very Chad-like. Remember he'd go like, come on, we're going to go to the 7-Eleven and crush a 6-pack. And then in that reflection of his like kind of alpha male optimism, I couldn't have felt more British. And I went, yes, okay, let's go and crush a 6-pack then. And like we were in an Irish bar once, and we got talking. There were these like girls, and they were basically going from tourist to tourist, basically trying to get free drinks. So I was like, fair play. They were like from Sweden, and they came over to us, and we were sort of chatting them up a little bit. And this guy was really like laying it on thick. And then they came to me and they said, how do you know this guy? And I said the classic line, which me and Charlie always do when we were out. And I said, I'm his support worker and he's got learning difficulties.
Yeah, which I think I'd like to say that I don't push this line. I mean, Darren very much pushes it on to me.
Well, because they wouldn't believe that I'm not the support worker in this scenario.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
it's
But I said that to him, and because he was very I remember going, "What are you doing, man? Like, you got to be wingmanning me." Like, I remember him getting really, like, he didn't understand the taking the piss. I was just taking the piss out of him. He didn't get that. So I think, like, when you meet Americans and you're very, I don't know, anyone, I guess. And like I was, I've dated one or two Americans, and it's very different. They have a very different outlook on things, and I definitely think we're a bit more. I think Americans understand sarcasm for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's more built into our DNA, into our everyday interaction.
Go on.
Do you think negativity is born out of, it's a very wet and cold country and there's not really a lot goes on and culture seems to be just dispersing into nothing now? Do you think that's... But even when the country was on the up, it felt like everyone was still fairly like, oh, he's fucking...
Yeah, I think it's more... I don't know. Maybe it's because we're, I don't know. Maybe...
Because you also used to call us whinging poms, you know that?
Yeah.
Maybe the weather definitely has something to do with it, because everyone who moves here always says to move it. We're built on pub culture, where it's cold, sit by the fire, drink, and then we'll get fucking happy eventually, But also we're an old country, so you compare us to the Americans. The Americans, like the history's like 300 years,
Yeah.
And they also come from there's more space. People can fucking...
And also they have like a living, like a sort of working memory of like the Civil War, where they rose up against the British imperialists and they were able to, independence and the spirit of positivity, was it in the pursuit of the American dream and
happiness,
love life and the pursuit of happiness. That's in their constitution.
Like the positivity.
I like it. I love it.
It must get boring after a while, but I don't get me wrong. I do. Yeah,
That's if you're a white American, though.
Sure, there are other Americans that got a pretty raw end of that deal.
Yeah.
Three fifths to be precise.
I think pub culture is a big one. I think. It's like, you don't drink, do you? You don't get drunk for a while.
No.
I don't know I don't know how I'd live my life. I don't know how I'd survive if I didn't drink in the UK, because drinking like gives me. It really lets a release valve in my brain. It just lets me fucking expand.
You like to go
You know, and
you and I like to go wild occasionally.
And I don't know how
Paul used to go wild.
I don't know how you don't drink in the UK because it's so fucking shit. If I didn't drink, I don't know what I'd be doing.
But I think
my life is way more boring now.
I bet it is.
It's way more boring.
You have to find, because I've not drank for long periods of time. Like I went for all my 20s, I didn't drink at all, and I think you have to find the joy in. You just have to find the joy in stuff. Like I would still go out when I went through uni not drinking, and you still have to. It's a decision. You realise it is always a decision, and you go, right, I'm going to go to this nightclub and I'm gonna have a good time.
But that's the other thing as well. Like when you are drinking, I would go to a nightclub, and I'd have to get fucked up in order to have a good time, you know?
For sure.
Because, like, I feel like no one wants to, like, spend their Friday or Saturday waiting in a fucking queue so they can go into a place. Firstly, be judged as in, are you good enough to be in this room or not? Pay for that experience and then go and queue even more to fucking shout and go, oh, can I get a drink? And how much is that? Oh, fucking hell, you know?
Well, having the worst part of it is like when people are having the same conversation with you over and over again.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, they keep having, like, I've had a few conversations with you like that. I've had you in some states where I basically had to wrangle you home. You're like a bear. You're on a various mix of things. And I remember you once said to me in quite a drunken state, you said, I really want to be physically violent with you right now. And I went, okay, let's get you home. And I had to, like, keep about 100 yard, give you a wide berth there because you were. Yeah,
I was in.
I bet when you said that, you felt like you were like Clint Eastwood. I really want to be.
Yeah, I mean, he was very much like the man with no name, and he was more like the man who couldn't say his own name. But yeah, I think that with the negativity thing, I think like it does feel like, but I sort of like when we're in a group, for example, we've definitely, because we're comedians and you hang out before and after the gig, we've definitely like been in circles of people, and there are certain comedians who, say who don't know us particularly well. Like the three of us have known each other for quite some time now, so we've got this language where the love language for men of our age from Britain is taking the piss out of each other, quite brutally. And I've been with people who are very much more, bit more sensitive, and they come into it, and we just turn the crosshairs on them, and they go, oh no, what? Why are you making fun of my hair, my coat, and my shoes? And it's like, that just means I like you, and I'm trying to like bring you into it. So I think it's also a male thing as well, maybe British male thing.
Yeah, we're fucked up.
Yeah, why express your true feelings about a friend where you just make fun of his psoriasis, for example? Like, I'm not saying like about.
It's funny as well. It's funny to call someone a cunt. Even the person you like the most.
You got to do it in a creative way. Like the amount of times that I've like knocked for this guy on his door, and I've got about 5 insults in the chamber, like ready to go, because I know as soon as that door opens, he's going to look me up and down and just pick something about my outfit. And it's going to be funny. I know it's going to be funny.
Fastest finger first, essentially. Yeah, exactly. Who's going to pull the trigger?
Exactly. It's like draw.
Yeah, I remember for years when I lived in a rented like house. I used to live on a sort of top floor. You would often call for me, and you would throw small stones and go, well, I want my money.
Yeah.
Or you shout something in relation to me being a paedophile.
Yeah.
And after a while, people would, and it would become like a regular thing. And I'd think maybe people think I'm a paedophile. I mean, like,
when you were
this paedophile owes this guy loads of money. Do you mean like maybe?
And when you were evicted from that flat, I felt such a sense of pride.
When I was finally put on the register and served my time.
It is weird though, like, this is the most negative country or that country. I mean, like, we're not even having a civil war. I'm pretty sure there's other countries that are doing worse off. Like, who's conducting these experiments to be like, British people are generally more negative? And I'm like, you don't know that.
We were rated the second saddest country in the world recently.
But who's rating it? Like, are they
people who were
interviewing people?
Citizens from the world, Paul.
Did you get interviewed? I didn't get interviewed.
But they obviously interviewed a fair few.
All I'm saying is fuck this fucking piece of legislation or fucking theory. I don't know what you got. Whoever fucking did it, come on the pod. I'll fucking.
It does annoy me that we're second. Who's first? Who was the first?
I don't know, some like war-torn shithole.
Like Chechnya or something.
Yeah, like Somalia or something. I don't know.
Well, guys, I think if we really try our best, we can be the saddest country. We can put Somalia in its place and give it more of a reason to be sad. Actually, no, we don't want that, do we? Otherwise, they go back up the scale again. It becomes this endless.
Do you reckon people get sadder when they come here? Because it's like, you know.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I see like people who come here from, like I said, I've sort of known people who come here from America, especially to Wales, and they fucking love it. They absolutely love it, and they go in like, oh, but it's like you don't live here. You're here for like 24 hours.
I think
hours.
you're in that holiday mode. When you live in a place for like 6 months from another country, you see it as like you're on extended holiday, don't you? You don't really see it for all the...
Do you think there's a cure then? Like, you know, if we all moved to America, we went like somewhere like Miami, and we lived there forever now.
I
think we would become happier, or do you think we'd still be miserable pricks?
I think I'd fucking hate Miami. Yeah. I think I'd fuck it because I think it would offend my sense of Britishness. I think if I'm hanging out with people who are too positive, like I know people who are very positive, and sometimes it's like a cheese grater on my skin. I'm like, I don't trust anyone who's just unrelentingly positive. Like I just don't trust it. Like you need a balance, sure. Like I'm not, people who are unrelentingly negative as well are like fucking pain in the ass to be around. But I think if someone is constantly positive, I don't know.
Maybe if you moved countries every 6 months, you would never get. You'd always be in that sort of realm of seeing a country in a good light. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't see.
I think we all just fucking get bored of places eventually, and we're like, fuck off. I just want to get drunk.
When you going back on the booze train, mate?
So when you getting back on the sauce, Paul? I mean, if you are planning on doing so, I think there's no better place than this podcast for you to
eventually
finally break the seal.
I reckon maybe I'm like 4. I'm coming up to 4 years, I think now, or maybe over 4 years now. 5 would be a good time. But I just want to know wherever, because I never saw myself as an addict. The
thing is, I don't want you to like ruin any kind of harmony you've achieved.
Well, that's the thing. But I also, there's a part of me that wants to find out.
What if it's the same again?
Just like see what was it.
Well, I'll tell you.
I'm in a better place now. I'm a different person.
That's true.
Would I get to a point? Also, I know now that if I'm not enjoying the night, I'm not going to stick out. Like when I was in uni, when I was younger, FOMO was a massive thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm very much like, I can leave. As soon as I stop liking the night out, I'm off. As opposed to before, I drink myself into like carrying on.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do it. Also, there's certain people that I'd like to get drunk with again. Like we always had a nice time. Well, I had a nice time. Maybe you guys didn't.
I had a nice time, apart from when you pissed on my sofa. But
yeah. Sometimes
when you're ringing out,
there's always one victim.
Yeah, but I can tell you, for when I stopped drinking for 10 years, when I started again in my 30s, I picked right back up from where I left off. Right. It was like I was a teenager again. The only thing that changed was I would vomit less. But I still became a complete binge drinker.
I'll be honest, I'm doing Green Man Festival this week, and there's parts of me that was like, oh, this would be nice. Because now I'm starting to get nice gigs where people are like, yeah, we'll give you a ride, or there's free booze, and like,
why not?
I'm like,
why not wreck that generosity? Why not ruin it for yourself? Yeah, definitely. And I think that's quite a. That's quite a British thing. That sort of self-destruct button. Oh yeah. Do you not feel that's quite British? Like
just circling the drain.
You're having a nice time out, and then you get just fucking too hammered and just say something. Like I've done that so many times where I've said something.
And you don't get that in Spain. Italy, they drink differently. They drink with like meals. They don't go out to get drunk.
But again, they're outside a lot. That's the thing. These are countries that are like. Everyone just has a garden and they sit in the garden, whereas we're like, we got to find a nice warm place that serves alcohol, so then you're around other people.
And if you're essentially drinking in what looks like an oil painting, like in fucking Italy, where every street corner looks like a Cézanne, you know what I mean? Whereas like here, it's just you're drinking in a trading estate. Yeah. Where you're drinking in it's...
And in Italy,
you got a train estate, you will get drunk. You can't have a couple of tipples by the rotting carcass of an old car or something.
It's not siesta, is it?
Not next to a tyre fire. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to have a couple of tipples next to that.
Yeah.
How ugly is Britain as well?
What, people or what?
I'd like to see. They say we're, what was it, negative? I wonder if
negative.
like how beautiful we are. Because
we've also been rated as one of the ugliest country in Europe as well.
Well, that's going to have an effect, isn't it?
People.
Yeah, in terms of like the population, like everyone sees us as ugly.
But I mean,
binge drinking fat cunts. Who are negative. Which I quite like that we're hated by Europe. That kind of brings me joy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because the rest of Europe are just smugly like, no, we wouldn't.
But to be honest, when you do go to Europe, though, the difference is stark in terms of how good looking people are. It's insane.
Well, we had our glory years, so we're on the downfall. We've been on the downfall since what, World War II?
The Middle Ages, everyone was around here was pretty hot, like. But now, we've all just been on an island too long, and we've kind of.
There's a way of like importing like good-looking women into the country and sort of like changing it that way.
Yeah, that does happen, but it's not in accordance with the law. That does happen. Women are. What's the word? Trafficked. I want to say.
But do you think? I'm not talking about trafficking per se. I'm drinking more like people talking about the small boats and shit like that. There's a big problem with the small boats.
Yeah.
Is there a way that we could like import like beautiful women who weren't trafficked just to sort of like
we bomb their hometowns, we start wars in their countries that they have to come over.
Do you know what I mean? Do you mean level up the sort of the look on a looks category?
Because where are you two? How British are you? Are you like?
As far back as I'm aware,
I'm as British as I fucking come. Like.
Cut me, I bleed red, white, and blue.
Cut me, mate, I'm a lion. I'm a big lion.
Because my grandfather's Serbian, so the mix is me is there. You got South African in you, is it?
No.
What are you?
My dad was born in Kenya.
Yeah, so you got South. Yeah, you got
I
South
can see it.
But Kenya and South Africa are different countries. Like saying fucking French.
Okay.
Yeah, Kenya's about 400 miles up the road.
But still within the broader continent of Africa, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he's a white man from Africa, so take that for what
we all know which side of the which side of the divide he was on.
But mate, I'm fucking British, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
I'm pretty Welsh as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I think there's a bit of Irish on my father's side, but yeah, it's pretty Celtic. I mean, I've got curly hair and
I was gonna say
a broad nose. So
I went to fucking Dylan Thomas's old writing shack on the weekend.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
It's an amazing place.
Got similar hair.
Yeah, I'm not too dissimilar from him. So.
He's an odd-looking boy, though.
Yeah, he was very strange.
Real fucking
pug nose, gerbil cheeked,
giant fucking
weirdo.
forehead.
Yeah.
What a voice, though.
What? You don't think about Tom Jones? Oh no, he did have a good voice, actually. Should we wrap it up? I think we've been talking for long enough now.
How long have we done?
I reckon it was. We can
enough.
I know. We'll
enough.
We can hang on. What's it say? Talking for over an hour, 1 hour, 2 minutes.
Nice.
So thanks everyone for listening to Union of Scum. I think in time we'll have some more things. We'll hopefully dress the set a bit better. We're still trying to find our feet, but
we're just trying to find our feet.
We're just trying our best.
Do good.
But yeah, hopefully this thing will flesh out and we'll introduce some more items, and
give
hopefully
us 20
we'll have
episodes.
Yeah,
stick us for 20 episodes.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll have we can have people write in and make it a whole community. Anyway, thanks very much for listening, and goodbye, lads.
Goodbye.
Bye.